Heyo everyone and welcome to a new video. So today this is like another episode of Danny tries to translate Chinese, okay? I was asked by some of you guys to translate Overlord Stakataka. And Overlord Stakataka is a rock type weather buffer. We should be expecting a little bit more from this Pokemon because, well, weather buffers are always interesting. So I went to the Chinese version and I did translate some of his abilities, not some of his abilities, all of his skills, I mean. So, but now since we are talking about abilities, Stakataka does not have like any interesting ability, like it will not get any interesting ability on the Overlord version. You can have like the heavy armor on the first ability, which is probably what will be the most commonly used, and probably either like Friend Guard or this one, which is a stamina, and yeah, most likely Friend Guard, it's the ability that will be used the most as a second ability. Anyways, moving on, let's keep this video short and clear. Going to the passive. Here, like you guys can see, like I have like some translations, some stuff over here. So I just leave my texts like in my translations over here. But like the text that matters the most, it's this one. So this is what I will be reading. So starting with the passive, just like any weather buffer, Stakataka will move, will get action points after any rock type or steel type Pokemon moves in the battle. This can be interesting for like Pokemons like Dialga. If Dialga is attacking you, like Stakataka will move. So that can be nice. Just like any weather buffer, buffs will not be lost, will be refreshed instead. On the battle start, 6% of your Pokemon's physical defense is converted into speed. This can be awesome actually. Like if you have a Pokemon that is really tanky, and I'm thinking about Diancie since Stakataka is a rock type weather buffer. Diancie, 6% of the Diancie's defenses is converted into speed. And as you usually know, usually Pokemons have more defense than speed. So this can be very nice. Each time your rock-type Pokemon is attacked, physical attack and special attack is increased by 6%, up to 8 times. So you can get up to a maximum of 46% special attack and physical attack on your rock-type Pokemon just because of Stakataka, cannot be dispelled. And then so Stakataka gets a 10% physical attack in battle, but then there's this text over here. There is this text over here that I did not manage to translate very well, and I have no idea if you guys do have any idea of what this could be, which is during battle he experienced a drastic reduction in his combat skills, and all enemy pets will be continued affected by the effect of the invisible rock when they appeared on the battlefield. In my opinion, is like as soon as the battle starts, the enemies will have one stack of the hidden rock effect or invisible rock, which I will be explaining right now. But if I don't know if this will be any other thing different than that, but in my opinion is like one stack of hidden rock effect as soon as the battle starts. So let's see what is the hidden rock effect. So going to our first skill is where we find the explanation of this hidden rock or invisible rock. So your first skill is a steel type damage ability, is a single target, 80 skill power, gives the enemy one stack of this hidden rock or invisible rock. And what is this hidden rock? Hidden rock is like enemy suffers damage based on 50% of Stakataka's physical attack and lasts for 5 rounds, stacks up to 5 times. So it's like some kind of damage over time. Since it scales off of Stakataka's physical attack, I'm not sure if it will be like that good. But, well, it's additional damage, it's something, but this hidden rock effect, like the stacks of the hidden rock, will be useful for something else later. So let's continue reading. So the first ability, if enemy is under Shadow Assault, takes 100% additional damage and can attack enemy in the Shadow Assault and removes the Shadow Assault. So this can be useful. On the Z skill, the only difference is that it has a higher chance to crit, and after release increases your whole team's physical defense by 20% forever. We will probably not use this Z skill because of one thing, because we will probably use the Z buff instead. So this is the second ability, which is the buff. Applies 2 stacks of hidden rock on all the enemies because it's a group attack. Skill power is increased by 100% and defenses to 50% to all rock type allies, which is just a normal weather buff, right? At the same time, your Pokemons now reflect the debuffs, which can be nice. This buff lasts for 3 rounds, and skills can attack enemy in the air. Now, all the translations said that skills can attack enemy in the air, and I'm wondering if this is like skills for all the rock-type Pokemon, or just skills for Stakataka. We don't know, we have to wait to Stakataka to come to our version to find out this. So on the Z buff, Stakataka will move again, which is nice. And rock Pokemon now get a new passive. All your rock type Pokemon will reflect 20% of the damage they take. So it's not like the best thing ever, but well, if you have a tanky Diancie reflecting 20% of the damage, a tanky Diancie is like something with a lot of HP. So if you take like a lot of damage and you don't die, you will just do a lot of damage to the enemy as well just because of this. So, and Stakataka moves again. So Stakataka moves again, he will be able to use any other ability. But not a Z1, sadly, because we used the Z1 on the buff. So let's go ability number 3. So ability number 3 is a single target skill, rock type single target skill with 80 skill power. It adds 1 stack of hidden rock if the target is flying, takes 100% more damage, and dispels the flying from that enemy Pokemon. The Z move of the skill, the Z skill, has a higher chance to crit, and after release, teammates get 20% special defense forever. So remember, the ability number 1 would increase your physical defense by 20% forever, and the ability number 3 now increases the special defense. But then again, the buff is better, right? Because it increases your defenses, both of your defenses, by 50%. Only for 3 rounds, but the meta nowadays is so quick, so that those 3 rounds might be like enough, honestly. And finally, the ultimate. It will add 1 stack of hidden rock effect that deals 100% more damage to the Pokemon that are flying. If the target has 3 stacks of hidden rock, does 50% Reaper damage. So 3 stacks of hidden rock, 50% Reaper damage. This can be nice. After release, your enemy speed is increased by 30% for 2 rounds, can stack twice. And it's a single target, 180 skill power. On the Z version of the ultimate, we have a higher chance to crit. The skill can hit the enemies anywhere, and according to the translation, since I cannot translate this any better, if you guys want to try and translate, you have over here the Chinese version, and this one is like my translated version, which I also used multiple translators to try to get something more accurate, of course. But apparently the skill damage is increased by 30% permanently. But now the question is it skill damage for Stakataka or for all your Pokemon? I have no idea. I think it's probably for Stakataka, so it probably kinda sucks. But now, according to these skills, so we have like 1 buff, 2 decent abilities, 1 ultimate with a Reaper damage. According to these skills, what do you guys think that we could play Overlord Stakataka with? Let me know in the comments, and I will give you guys like my opinion about the Stakataka. So, the passive at the battle start increasing your Pokemon's physical defense into speed can be awesome, honestly, because if you're building a tanky Diancie, we don't know at what point will this 6% of the physical defense be converted. Because remember, there are multiple in-battle defense multipliers like Regigiga set, etc. There's multiple stuff, okay? And then, each time that your rock-type Pokemon is attacked, increasing your special attack by 6%. Awesome. This will stack more with Diancie's Dream ability. Diancie's Dream ability also increases her special attack by 6% and stacks up to 20 times. So it's like up to 120% more special attack, so which can be very nice. But one of the things that I think that it can be a good combo is like, it says that during the battle, so as soon as the battle starts, apparently the enemies will have 1 stack of the hidden rock. So that's already 1 stack. On the buff will apply 2 stacks, right? So, and Stakataka will move again if you use the Z buff. So that's already 3 stacks if it's applying 1 stack at the beginning of the battle. Stakataka moves again, and we'll finally use the ultimate, because now the enemy should have 3 stacks, ultimate 50% Reaper damage, and now it's probably your Diancie moving, which will finish off the job. So, in my opinion, like a team for Stakataka, Overlord Stakataka, Diancie, and a third member. Third member can be like a Spotlight, can be an I was even thinking about the Overlord Victini, but I'm not sure. It's most likely a Spotlight is the safest thing to do, or I don't know, there are multiple options, but honestly, what I'm thinking about would be the most logical is maybe a Spotlight, because you kind of want to protect your Diancie for a little bit. But yeah, there are multiple, yeah, I know you guys are gonna say, like, Danny, there are multiple options, but what options? It's like there are so many options that you can play, especially in the end game. But since it's a rock type team, like in your mid-early game, if you're playing like a mid-early game with Diancie, a Spotlight with Regirock would probably make the most sense. It would be like a full rock team. It would be very nice. Also, Broxonix is also very nice, but then again, it's not a Spotlight. But anyways, the video is getting a little bit longer than I expected. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to tell in the comments, like, what teams do you guys think you guys could play with Overlord Stakataka, because I'm curious to see what you guys have in mind. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.